Well, gee, I don't know. Yeah, I guess I will. Yeah, that fight, like, again, I like the multiple Delilah thing, but the instant kill, super fast attack was pretty dumb.
Father?
Emily, what happened?
Let's sit down. I'll explain it all.
And by sit down, I mean I'm going to sit on the throne, and you are going to, just see to my needs. So yeah, I guess what I could do is after this is done and we watch you through the credits, I'll make a separate video with if we would not have killed her. So I guess I'll go ahead and do that. 59 kills, not too bad. I just want to see what the ending is. Runes, outsider shrines. Wait, how? Oh, we missed 2 bone charms because. Wait, how the fuck did we miss 2 bone charms? I don't know. Maybe some in the. Who knows? Okay. Now let's see the ending. Theoretically, or is there? Mission 10. No, we did get the achievement, so that was definitely the end.
With the fall of Luca Abel, the Duke's line ended, and there was only one man ruthless enough to take the Grand Palace. Fighting his way up from nothing, none of his enemies were around to oppose the bloody Duke, Corvo Attano. In Dunwall, with the death of Delilah Copperspoon, her coven lost its power and was smashed. Their disastrous coup brought to an end. The rightful Empress once again seized her throne, and so it was that Emily the Vengeful rooted out the last of those who had betrayed her and ruled over her empire with the support of her legendary father, Corvo Attano, from the south.
Don't stick that in the chair. What are you thinking? She really is high
In his
chaos.
day, Anton Sokolov lit the fires of industry, starting a great consuming blaze at the heart of the empire. He saw his machines used for war and oppression, watching the powerful crush those beneath them. Leaving Dunwall for the last time, he turned to the cold north, his energy spent at last, only an echo of the man he'd aspired to be. There are things that never change, no matter how hard you try. Questions you must answer. As Megan Foster faded from the world, Billy Lurk stepped from her shadow, setting out to discover her truest self, and seeking the closest thing she'd ever known to family.
Well. Oh, okay. Well, I just want to see if they were going to say anything about like who do we leave alive? Stilton, or anything about the conservatory, about the leftover clockworks. Oh well. All right, so this is typically where I will leave my mini review of the game. Wow. Anyway, let me move the headphones because that music is super loud. So, yeah, this is where I do my mini review of the game. Overall, I think it was great. I definitely think it was better than Dishonored 2, which I liked, or it's better than Dishonored 2. It's better than Dishonored 1. I liked Dishonored 1. I thought it was a bit overrated, but I still enjoyed it. I mean, I played it enough, or I liked it enough to play it twice. One as non-lethal, one as murder everyone. So, obviously, I liked it at least a little bit. But yeah, I like this game a lot. I'd be curious to see because I didn't even see what Corvo's powers were, so I don't know how different they are from Emily's. I presume there's at least a few abilities that they both don't get, and there's probably some that are technically different, but are mostly the same. Like for example, I know Corvo in the first game had Blink, and I presume he has it in the second one, and then Emily has the grab thing. In locomotion reasons, it's the same. but obviously probably can't blink and grab something like you can with Emily's ability. But anyway, the story was quite interesting. I won't say initially I was just kind of like, okay, this is kind of interesting, but wasn't really that drawn in. Near the last like 2 missions or so, then I started to really get curious about what was going on with Megan Foster, like what's her history, how are all of these characters tied to Delilah, what's this secret that Delilah has, etc. And I feel like a lot of that was not really answered. Maybe they are if you do different playthroughs and different chaos levels, which I'm fine with that. I'm fine with not all the answers being revealed on a specific playthrough. Or they could have just some of them been there. Like maybe Delilah's secret was the painting. I don't think so though. I feel like if her painting was the secret, that was kind of weak. I mean, yeah, we were going there anyway to dispose her, but giving her like the super weapon also is not really necessary. I feel like that's kind of a weak secret. I was hoping it'd be something like, again, like, you know, she was, I don't know, switched at birth with Jessamine, or she was your mother, you know, something like that. Not just, oh, I'm making this big, I can make paintings and I can make the world look like my painting. Which, you know, obviously is a really powerful thing, but anyway, but yeah, story-wise, it did get very interesting later on. I still feel like I've got tons of questions, more questions than answers. But overall, I did find it enjoyable. The voice acting, for the most part, was good. The Duke, maybe not so much. I felt, maybe they were going for that on purpose. Like, he just sounded odd or off. And again, maybe they were doing that on purpose because he's kind of awkward anyway, so maybe that was intended. But yeah, overall, the voice acting was good. I like the little things that Emily, would say every now and then. I feel like she should have said a little bit more than she did. Not overly talkative, but I liked how sometimes, like when I would take money off a cash register, she'd say something like, you know, the people are going to pay for my rule one way or the other. I thought that was pretty cool, and I think that's different based on the type of playthrough you're doing, high chaos or low chaos. And if so, that's even cooler. Stephen Russell being Corvo is also freaking perfect. Who's Wait, did they? Wow, they didn't put Delilah until way down. Jeez, rude as hell. Like before, like, oh yeah, shopkeeper. There's Delilah, the main antagonist. Wow, that was a weird choice of order there. Anyway, but yeah, I would like to have seen her say a little bit more along those lines. But that's fine. That's fine. I do really feel like there was a ton of different ways to approach the levels, and I guess I especially got to see that because I kill everybody non-ghost playthrough, so I got to explore the map in its entirety after I killed everybody without having to worry about getting caught or get through as quickly as possible. So I was able to kind of see, oh, I could have came this way, or I could have, you know, come to the rafters, or there's elevator access here that I could have just, you know, jumped up. So I do like that quite a bit. So overall, the level design, I think, was really good. I do think the game was overly easy. Even on the highest difficulty, I feel like it was a little bit too easy. I mean, the only time you were really probably going to get in too much trouble is if like 4 guards were like on top of you, 4 or more. Typically, you could take 3 guards fairly easily, especially if you use your powers, if you use grenades, if you use the mines, where it kind of comes in, and this becomes a difficult design thing, where if a player is going to go into a game like this and just ignore stealth and just kill everyone, doesn't care about knocking them unconscious, when you're able to kill, you're able to use every single tool at your disposal, right? If you're trying to do a low chaos, not kill, you're very, very limited. You have to use like chokeouts, which take longer than just stabbing the person. You can't use grenades. You can't use the wire mines. You have to use the knockout stuff. While as if you're killing, if you run out of regular grenades or these other things, you just use a concussion mine and knock them out, and then kill them if you want to later on. So that is the easiest way to play, to be fair. it would definitely be more difficult if you were going to knock people out, and way, way harder if you're going for like a ghost playthrough. In other words, no detections. And especially if you do like a true ghost where no detections and you don't knock anybody out, you don't kill anyone, you just slide through and leave everybody up. That would be obviously quite difficult. The memorable missions, the one with the time twisting device, that was really cool. I really liked that mission in particular. I thought that was really, really neat, especially because once you hit that certain point, you basically have 3 options, and which of those 3 options will change how the map is. Well, I guess one option technically will leave it exactly how it was, while the other 2 will change that same area. So there's like 3 versions of that same area. I bet that place was a royal nightmare to design and code. So kudos on that. I think that was a really cool experience, cool setup overall. But yeah, I really liked it. I liked it quite a bit. I'm still got a little leftover frustration from that last fight, which, I mean, stealth games tend, and this is not actually a stealth game, but for argument's sake, we'll just call it a stealth game. Stealth games often struggle with figuring out how to do boss fights, in particular like final battles, because it's supposed to be this standard, typical fashion of games and movies and things. You're supposed to have this, explosion, slow-mo, knockdown, drag-out final boss fight. And with a stealth game, it's like, well, you're not really supposed to have that. You're supposed to be avoiding exactly that. So it's kind of hard to make that final battle or final challenge seem the epicness match the ending of the game. So I get that's probably why they did the thing with her doing the instant kill attack, but it just felt cheap, especially because a lot of times you can't see it coming, and by the time you see it, like, you're already hit. Like, there was like once I was up against the wall and she used it, and I couldn't get out of the way fast enough. And another time I couldn't even see her, and all of a sudden, like, it's right on top of me, and I'm dead. So that was pretty lame. Like, it should have hurt you or something, but instant killing is kind of lame. I did like the part where you're taking out all of her clones, and even the game said you don't have to take the clones out. I bet that would be quite interesting if you're trying to do it stealth. And by interesting, I mean probably quite difficult to do if you were trying to do that stealth, trying to get around the clones, and if you didn't take them out, trying to take Delilah out. But I'm assuming if you knock her out, the clones probably just disappear, because like maybe you could hit her with a sleeping dart and then carry her out to put her on the throne with a corrupted skull. But overall, definitely a very good game. I do also appreciate that they added New Game Plus. I think that's cool. I probably won't be taking advantage of it, but I think it's awesome that it's there, because I could see playing through again and being able to finish up getting all the powers and playing it a different way, low chaos, or just saying, screw it, I'm just going to run in and fight. Just because the fighting was a lot of fun. It was typically pretty easy because of the parry and instant kill system, and because your AE weapons like grenades were so good, and because you had powers like Link, where you could, link 4 enemies quickly, kill one of them, and now they all just fall over dead. So that kind of stuff would make it easy, but it was fun. And I think that's more important than difficulty sometimes is it just fun to play that way. And I think people who do play the kill 'em all, don't care if I get detected way, understand that it's going to be easier to play that way, as opposed to no non-lethal and trying to not be detected. Those two things make it way harder, especially if you combine them. But yeah, overall, great game. As for a rating, 1 to 10, where 10 would be like the ultimate best game, which I can't think of a game I've ever given a 10 to, and a 5 would be equal parts good, equal parts bad. It's not bad, but it's not good either. I would give this, I'd give this about an 8. I really enjoyed it. And one big tell for me how good a game was is once I'm done, can I envision wanting to play it again, like immediately afterwards? And with this game, absolutely I could see that. If I had more time, I absolutely would either play again as Corvo just to see what his powers were, or actually I would probably be more inclined to play as Emily on New Game Plus again, just to flesh out the rest of her powers, and like I say, just kind of run through quickly and just have fun killing people in really creative ways. Like I really like that aspect of the game, was finding out how to use your powers in creative ways, like linking 4 enemies and then laying down a mine and then using the grab power to pull one enemy over the mine and have it kill that one and it kills all the others. Like that kind of stuff was really fun to figure out and experiment with. And when it worked, it was great. Like pulling the guard into the sabotage gate and frying him. Like that kind of stuff was great and really fun. And this game was good, as Dishonored was as well, with doing it. Though I feel this game gives you more options if you want to go non-lethal. Dishonored 1 in particular was very bad about, I felt like the majority of items killed enemies and were not good for you if you did not want to kill. But anyway, yeah, about an 8. As far as a price, what kind of a price I would suggest for this game, paying wise, basically I base this on how fun the game is overall, how much time you could put into it, etc. So a game that, it was pretty fun, but you'd only really play through once and it's only 8 hours, like that game might be, 10, 15 bucks. So for this game, because of the high replayability, if you're the type who would replay it again, either in a different style, like no detections versus just go in and slash, or you would want to play one time as Emily, one time as Corvo, or, different power builds, I feel like there's a pretty darn good amount of replayability there. And if you're the type who would do that and play through at least twice, like once on New Game, once as New Game Plus, or once as Emily, once as Corvo, I would say, honestly, probably full price, because especially if you're the type to want to explore and find everything and all of that, do all the side stuff, I would definitely suggest full price, like $60, $50 to $60, because I feel like you're going to get a lot of enjoyment and playtime out of it. If you're only going to play through one time and maybe watch videos to see what the other endings were, and in particular, if you only play it one time and you're not really going to search every nook and cranny and try to get everything, I would say you could pay up to 40-ish and still get your money's worth. Maybe more around 30-ish. Again, if you're going to play it one time and not do all, try to find every rune, every hidden item, etc. I feel like at 30 definitely would be worth it. Any less than that is a no-brainer. But 30 to 40 for a one time. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Now I'll have either put the other ending in another video, or I'll have put it here. I'm not quite sure. So if there's more to this video, then I'll put it here. Otherwise, check the next video in the playlist, and that will be the not killing Delilah ending. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to leave comments in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next series. Alright, so I tried this a few different ways, and I was like, man, there must be a place where I can find Delilah, because I thought, well, I think the one on the crown is her, but she's the hardest one to get. But, oh yeah, by the way, this is basically the easiest way to get her, either kill or otherwise. So, all of the ones that you see down there are duplicates. And you can actually find them just by looking around. Like, for example, not easy to tell, but you can see that she is one of the clones. Obviously, when her skin went off, you could really see it. But you can also see it with the dark vision, obviously. So I looked around, I honestly gave up. And honestly, part of it is because I was kind of ready to be done with the game. Even though I enjoy it very much, but it felt like I'd played it a little over long. But anyway, I looked online, and yes, she's actually up here. And now, of course, from here, you can either knock her out or kill her. Obviously, we're going to knock her out, because we wanted to see that other ending.
If I put Delilah on the throne, the painting should trap her in her own fantasy world.
Also, my understanding, and don't do this and then be mad at me if it ruins your no-kill run, but my understanding is you can kill the duplicates and that doesn't count as kills. It definitely should not count as kills, because, I mean, they're just duplicates. They're not real people. They're duplicates. Even Delilah snores. Amusing. Wait.
I have to eliminate Delilah one way or the other.
Oh, god damn it. So I supposed to just walk through it, or? Sorry there, Delilah. Not sorry at all. You are a royal butthole. Oh,
You
okay.
wanted to rule a world of your own, Delilah? So be it.
Of course, I don't know how we know she's trapped in there. But, oh wait.
And now to see how well your magic works, Delilah.
Okay. I was going to see if we could save him first. I didn't know if we were going to have to do that first, or we just assumed that we didn't want to unfreeze Daddy. We need to do this? No. You're blocking my way, Dad. Come on. We're like, we don't know what's going to happen, so we're going to hide over here.
What I've always deserved. My justice. Now what's always been marred and distorted will be perfect. I've waited so long. Sing my songs and lick my flesh.
Whoa.
Worship me.
Little weird. Well, she'll be happy there, I guess. Oh, sweet. Yeah, I mean, I think she'll be pleased there. You got those statues worshiping her just like she wanted. But no, I definitely would normally kill her ass. Who doesn't revive your father or Emily? That seems really messed up.
Father,
Emily, what happened?
let's sit down. I'll explain it all.
Alright, we'll just continue through this because we just want to see the ending. We don't care about my stats. That doesn't change the achievement either, because the achievement is basically overall how you played.
With the fall of Luca Abel, the Duke's line ended, and there was only one man ruthless enough to take the Grand Palace. Fighting his way up from nothing, none of his enemies were around to oppose the bloody Duke, Corvo Attano. In Dunwall, without ever realizing it, Delilah was trapped in an imagined world where her father's lies were undone and her subjects would bow to her forever, as she sailed into war with a great armada and trekked across the Pentisian wastes. While in the true capital, Emily the Vengeful rooted out the last of those who had betrayed her and ruled over her empire with Corvo Attano's support from the south. In his day, Anton Sokolov lit the fires of industry, starting a great consuming blaze at the heart of the empire. He saw his machines used for war and oppression, watching the powerful crush those beneath them. Leaving Dunwall for the last time, he turned to the cold north, his energy spent at last, only an echo of the man he'd aspired to be. There are things that never change, no matter how hard you try. Questions you must answer. As Megan Foster faded from the world, Billy Lurk stepped from her shadow, setting out to discover her truest self, and seeking the closest thing she'd ever known to family.
All right, that's it. So yeah, obviously the other stuff doesn't change. I do like how she has the painting on her behind, or the painting behind her while she's sitting on the throne there at that last little end cap. That was pretty neat. Neat little addition. I didn't notice it last time. Obviously, regardless, the paint wouldn't have her in it. But yeah, you know, hey, everybody's happy, really. Well, except a lot of the people in the real world. But anyway, just wanted to show you that ending as well, or how to do that. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to catch the whole series if you haven't. Check the playlist.